In our vast and intricate world, it's not uncommon for us to stumble upon creatures that share a striking resemblance. Sometimes their similarities can be so profound that even the keenest of observers might find themselves scratching their heads in confusion. And today, we want to highlight 7 animal pairs that often leave us pondering, wait, what was that again? From feathery friends to furry companions, these lookalikes are about to take center stage. And remember, if you spot any other animal doppelgangers along the way, feel free to drop them in the comments. Let's get started. Rabbit versus hare. When you first lay your eyes on a rabbit or a hare, it can be quite a puzzle to tell them apart. These two small mammals are known for their long ears and agile bodies, which makes it all the more challenging to spot the subtle differences between them. At a quick glance, it might seem like you're looking at the same animal, but there are some intriguing distinctions that set them apart. So how do you unravel this furry riddle? What are the key signs that can help you identify each one? Let's break down the characteristics of rabbits and hares, shedding light on their unique traits and behaviors. By understanding what sets them apart, you'll be equipped with the knowledge to confidently say, I know that critter. Whether you're out on a nature walk or simply curious about these charismatic creatures, knowing how to spot the difference between a rabbit and a hare will make you an even more astute observer of the natural world. Turtle versus tortoise. Turtles and tortoises are both beloved reptiles known for their distinctive shells, but they are often confused because they are closely related and have many similarities. Both animals have a bony shell that protects their body, and they live in a wide range of habitats across the globe. However, despite their close relationship, turtles and tortoises have several key differences that set them apart. One of the most obvious differences between turtles and tortoises is their habitat. Turtles tend to live in or around water, such as in ponds, lakes, and oceans, while tortoises are typically found on land in terrestrial habitats like deserts and forests. This difference in habitat is reflected in their physical characteristics. Turtles generally have flatter shells with smooth, slick, and streamlined curves that allow them to swim more easily through water. In contrast, tortoises have more dome-shaped shells with rough, bumpy, and high-domed curves that provide protection from predators on land. Their shells are also made up of larger, heavier, and more robust plates than those of turtles. Another key difference between turtles and tortoises is their diet. Turtles are primarily carnivorous or omnivorous, meaning they eat a variety of animal and plant matter. They are well adapted for catching and consuming prey in aquatic environments where they use their webbed feet and sharp beaks to capture fish, insects, and other aquatic animals. Tortoises, on the other hand, are typically herbivores, feeding mainly on plants such as grasses, leaves, flowers, and fruits. Their powerful jaws and strong teeth are specialized for crushing and grinding vegetation. Raven versus crow. Ravens and crows are large, intelligent birds that belong to the corvid family, which also includes jays, magpies, and blue jays. Despite their similarities, there are distinct physical, behavioral, and vocal differences that set them apart. One of the most noticeable differences between ravens and crows is their size. Ravens are significantly larger than crows, measuring 23 to 27 inches in length with a wingspan of 4 to 5 feet. They weigh between 31 and 46 ounces, while American crows measure approximately 17 to 20 inches in length with a wingspan of 3 to 4 feet. They typically weigh between 18 and 30 ounces. Ravens have thick, heavy bills that are relatively straight, whereas crows have thinner, lighter bills that are slightly hooked. This difference in beak structure reflects their feeding habits. Ravens primarily scavenge, feeding on dead animals, while crows are more omnivorous, eating both animal and plant matter. Another key difference between ravens and crows is their plumage. Adult ravens have black feathers throughout the year, whereas crows typically have black feathers in the summer, but molt into a bluish-gray color in the fall and winter. Ravens have a distinctive wedge-shaped tail that is narrow at the base and widens toward the tip, while crows have a rounded tail that is almost as wide throughout. Perhaps the most striking difference between ravens and crows is their vocalizations. Ravens produce a wide range of sounds, including deep croaks, rasps, and hisses, as well as loud, harsh screams that can carry for miles. Crows, on the other hand, are known for their distinctive cawing sound, which is much higher pitched than the raven's croaking. These vocal differences are not only a means of communication, but also a way to distinguish between these two corvid species. Understanding the physical and behavioral characteristics that set ravens and crows apart can help us appreciate the diversity within the corvid family and the fascinating adaptations of these intelligent birds. Lizard versus salamander. Lizards and salamanders are two types of cold-blooded vertebrates that are often confused by people who are not familiar with them. Despite being similar in appearance, they belong to different orders within the class Reptilia. Lizards are part of the order Squamata, which also includes snakes, while salamanders are part of the order Caudata, which includes newts and mud puppies. One of the key differences between lizards and salamanders is their skin. Lizards have dry, scaly skin made up of epidermal tissue that is constantly being shed. In contrast, salamanders have moist, slimy skin that lacks scales and allows them to absorb water directly through their skin. This difference in skin texture is due to the different evolutionary adaptations of these two groups of animals. Lizards have evolved to thrive in terrestrial and semi-aquatic habitats, while salamanders typically inhabit moist environments such as forests and wetlands. Another significant difference between lizards and salamanders is their tails. Lizards typically have long, slender tails that are usually covered in scales, while salamanders have short, stout tails that are moist and naked. Some species of lizards even have the ability to detach their tails as a defense mechanism, allowing them to escape predators by leaving the predator with their tail still in its mouth. Salamanders do not have this ability. Furthermore, lizards and salamanders have different methods of reproduction. Lizards are oviparous, meaning they lay eggs, while most salamanders are viviparous, meaning they give birth to live young. There are exceptions to this general rule, however, with some species of salamanders laying eggs and others giving birth to live young. Alpaca versus llama. Alpacas and llamas are two popular camelids that are native to the Andes Mountains in South America. While they share many similarities, including their woolly coats and gentle nature, there are distinct differences that set them apart. Size is one of the most noticeable differences between alpacas and llamas. Llamas are significantly larger than alpacas, standing up to 42 inches tall at the shoulder and weighing between 280 and 450 pounds. Alpacas, on the other hand, are smaller, typically standing around 34 inches tall and weighing between 100 and 180 pounds. Their long necks and long faces, while both have two, are also different. Alpacas have shorter necks and shorter faces, while llamas have longer necks and longer faces. Another key difference between alpacas and llamas is their ears. Llamas have large, erect ears that are pointed, while alpacas have smaller, drooping ears that are more rounded. These differences in appearance reflect the different roles that these animals play in human society. Llamas were domesticated as pack animals for carrying loads, while alpacas were bred primarily for their wool. In addition to their physical differences, alpacas and llamas have distinct vocalizations. Llamas are known for their loud, echoing hums and barks, while alpacas typically make softer, gentler sounds, including hums, clucks, and spits. These vocal differences may serve to distinguish the two species and communicate various messages, such as warnings or greetings. Sea lion versus seal. Sea lions and seals are both marine mammals belonging to the order Pinnipedia, but they are classified into different families. Sea lions are part of the family Phocidae, which includes eared seals, while seals belong to the family Otariidae, which includes eared seals. One of the main differences between sea lions and seals is the presence of external ear flaps, or pinnae. Sea lions have prominent external ear flaps, which help to direct sound waves into their ear canals, while most seal species have no visible ear flaps. Instead, they have small holes that open directly onto the surface of their heads. Sea lions also have longer, more slender bodies with larger eyes and more elongated snouts compared to seals. Their flippers are more paddle-shaped and their whiskers are longer and more numerous. Another key difference between sea lions and seals is their locomotion on land. Sea lions are generally less agile on land and tend to move in a clumsy, awkward manner, while seals are more graceful and can move quickly and easily. Sea lions also have a distinctive way of moving on land, known as the lazy man's walk, where they support themselves on their foreflippers with their hind flippers extended behind them. Seals do not display this behavior. Finally, sea lions and seals have different diets. Sea lions typically prey on fish, squid, and crustaceans, while seals often consume a wider variety of prey, including fish, squid, crustaceans, and occasionally marine mammals such as porpoises and baby whales. Jaguar versus leopard. Jaguars and leopards are both large, powerful cats with a wide distribution in their native ranges. However, there are several key differences between these two big cats that can help you distinguish one from the other. One of the most noticeable differences between jaguars and leopards is their coat pattern. Both species have rosette-shaped markings, but the jaguar's rosettes are larger and more numerous, while the leopard's rosettes are smaller and more closely spaced. Jaguars also tend to have more black spots within their rosettes, while leopards have fewer. Another key difference between jaguars and leopards is their overall body shape. Jaguars are typically more robust and muscular, with a heavier build and shorter legs compared to leopards. Leopards are more slender and agile, with longer legs and a more graceful appearance. This difference in body shape reflects their preferred habitats and hunting styles. Jaguars are found in both forested and open habitats, where their stockier build is advantageous for moving through dense vegetation. Leopards are more associated with grassland and savanna habitats, where their agility and speed are beneficial for chasing down prey. Additionally, jaguars have a distinctive skull shape that is more rounded and wider than leopards. This wider skull provides more muscle attachment points, allowing for greater bite force and a stronger jaw. Leopards have a more elongated skull with a more angular appearance. The jaguar's bite force can reach up to 1,000 pounds per square inch, which is one of the strongest bites among cats. In contrast, the leopard's bite force is estimated to be around 650 to 900 pounds per square inch. Thank you for joining us as we explored the fascinating world of animals that often leave us scratching our heads in confusion. From the enigmatic realms of turtles to the majestic presence of jaguars, we've uncovered the subtle nuances that set these creatures apart. As we've learned, appearances can be deceiving, and what may seem like a simple glance can sometimes lead us to a deeper appreciation for the intricate beauty of the natural world. Remember, every creature, whether it's a tiny lizard or a powerful eagle, plays a vital role in the delicate balance of our ecosystem. Until next time, keep observing, keep questioning, and keep discovering the wonders that surround us.